before I ever began my career in sales. My very first job after leaving school was working in a tropical fish shop. Among the many duties I had there, my main responsibility was looking after the fish and maintaining the aquariums. Every day I would clean the tanks, feed the fish, and make sure the water conditions were right. Part of the routine involved sterilizing the nets we used to catch the fish. To do this, we had to pour boiling water into a tall glass vat where the nets would be cleaned. One day, as I was carrying out this task, I poured boiling water from the kettle into the glass vat. The next moment, something completely unexpected happened. The glass vat suddenly exploded. Boiling water burst out across the floor and straight onto my legs. It was a terrible shock. The pain was immediate and intense. But in the middle of the shop, there happened to be a large cold water fish pond where we kept some big goldfish and koi carp. It was about 2 feet deep. Without even thinking about it, my instinct took over. I jumped straight into the pond. The relief was instant as the cold water cooled my legs. I remember lying there in the pond for a moment, trying to recover from the shock. Then the shop door opened. A customer walked in. He looked across the shop and saw me lying in the middle of the fish pond, surrounded by koi carp. For a moment he simply stared. Then he turned around and quickly walked straight back out of the shop. He must have thought he had walked into the strangest shop he had ever seen. A few minutes later, the shop manager arrived. After I explained what had happened, he quickly put me in his car and drove me to the hospital. What I didn't realize at the time was that jumping into the pond had probably been the best possible thing I could have done. The doctors later told me that the cold water had immediately cooled the burns and prevented serious damage. My instinctive reaction had helped avoid long-term injury or scarring. Even today, I sometimes think about that moment. Why did I jump into the pond without thinking? It certainly wasn't a conscious decision. Perhaps it was simply the body's natural survival instinct taking over. But whatever the reason, it turned out to be the right one. And somewhere in the middle of that pond, surrounded by goldfish and koi carp, I probably gave one very confused customer a story he never forgot either. If you like this true story and want to hear more, then please subscribe for more updates.